Hi. So I know the migrant caravan is a really big issue right now, and I just wanted to know how do you think that the U.S. should respond? Do you think that it should be like how Trump is saying, how we should, once they come, we should greet them with military, or do you believe in a more peaceful approach?
So first of all, I will say, and I don't know, this is not popular necessarily in a lot of conservative circles these days. I think that the quote-unquote threat of the migrant caravan has been wildly exaggerated. What I mean by that is not that illegal immigration is not a threat. I spent half the speech talking about illegal immigration. What I mean is that there was a migrant caravan last year. By the time it reached the border, it was like 300 people. They went to a port of entry. About 100 of them ended up being able to be granted asylum, and 200 of them were deported. Okay, the idea that there are 10,000 people who are arriving armed with guns and rocks, and they're just going to try to break through the border, I haven't seen the evidence of that. And if that evidence were to occur, then I think that the kind of troop surge that President Trump is talking about at the border, then you might think maybe that's worthwhile, right? I mean, this troop surge is legitimately the size of the last troop surge in Afghanistan to meet what will probably be a couple of thousand people who arrive at points of entry. Now, I've been in favor of the wall. I was in favor of a physical border, a hardened barrier between the United States and Mexico before President Trump was. I will when he no longer is, right? I mean, I think that is a necessity, in the same way that Israel has a border. So it makes perfect sense to me to have that border. But this notion that is being played up that this is a crisis, that the migrant caravan itself is a crisis, I think that that's being played up for political purposes. Now, what President Trump has done that's smart is he's trolled the left into responding in the stupidest possible way. So what the left has said, like really, this is one of his areas of genius. President Trump will say something. I don't think that it's advertent. I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but he's really good at it. He says something. He says something that there's like a center core of truth to it, but it's wrapped up in this bundle of manure. And then the left responds to the bundle of manure, and in the process, they throw out the central truth. So Trump says stuff like, the migrant caravan is a crisis. We have to send people to the border now. If people show up with rocks, we should shoot them, right? I mean, like, he says these sorts of things. And then the left goes, what? This guy's a racist. And everybody who agrees with him is a racist. And illegal immigration is not a problem at all. There is no problem of illegal immigration. Why are we worried about our southern border at all? Anybody who is worried about our southern border is a racist. So now, if you're a voter, you have a choice. You can either go with the guy who says illegal immigration is a crisis, or you can go with the people who say that illegal immigration not only is not a crisis, it's not a problem at all, and anybody who believes that it is a problem is a racist. And so you end up with these two positions that are both, like, if Democrats had a brain in their head, what they would say is, listen, illegal immigration is a problem. Here are some sane ways of handling illegal immigration. There's no reason to exaggerate the problem of this migration. We should have people on the border to stop it. People should go to ports of entry. We have ways of handling this. But exaggerating it is obviously a ploy for political purposes. Democrats won't do that because they hate Trump so much that anything he does, they just light themselves on fire. So it's...